It's time for Cats Talk Wednesday. Small town and big city joined forces. Vinny Hardy of Lynch, Kentucky, and Terry Brown of Louisville, Kentucky, team up to give you free-flowing, laid-back sports talk. Focus on Kentucky Wildcats, as well as pertinent information in the NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball.
Let's Talk Wednesday, y'all. Terry and Vinny in here. Halfway through November. Lots to talk about this evening, but we coming to you live on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and BS3 Network. And follow us at all those platforms. Listen on Spotify. We definitely would appreciate it. Get in the comments. We love all the interactions. Appreciate that too. TB, man, we got a few things to hit tonight, man. You know,
man.
And we got a guest.
Yeah, we got to talk about that game last night, but we shall see.
You know how I get my Harlan County people on. We got a young lady that plays for the Black Bears. Reagan Clem is going to be jumping here in a little bit. She's on her way home for practice, so season is on the way around the corner, so we'll talk with her. The Cards were a little too much last night, like you said. We taking comfort from Kentucky football. That's the saving grace from what happened last night. Unbelievable.
Yeah, man. They need to give you the key to the city there in Harlan County. When that happens, I'll be there because you put on for your hometown, and I ain't mad at it at all. But a lot of stuff going on in the world of Kentucky athletics. Backing it up to the weekend, football team, volleyball team.
Yeah.
Men's soccer putting on. So
women's basketball.
Yeah, they're back up in Buffalo, hometown of friend of the show, Clara Strack.
Yes, absolutely. Men's basketball beat Valpo Friday. Ran into a little speed bump Tuesday. So Tennessee Tech in football this weekend, looking for a 3-game win streak. So went from 2-5 now to 4-5. Had a SEC road losing streak that was a mile long and an SEC home losing streak, and both of those are no more. So,
I know we're going to talk in more detail, but I think Kentucky fans, if Stoops wins out, and I don't think that's wild, the way they've been playing, Vanderbilt, probably the toughest game left, but you beat Tennessee Tech, which is not a give me. I know they're playing really, really well in that division. But if the defense plays like it plays, just the one touchdown on the short field to Florida, defense has played really, really well. And you can say, well, it was just Auburn. Auburn put up 38 against Vanderbilt on Saturday. And then I know Card fans are happy about the basketball game last night. Not nearly as happy with the football team. So the Brom fans are like, so, end on a 5-game winning streak while taking care of your rival, taking care of a team. Look, I'm old enough. I don't care who Florida rolls out there at this point. That winning streak or that losing streak, from our point of view, I'm never going to look that in the mouth. I don't care all this stuff. They still got dudes over there.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to be like, well, it was just Florida. Yeah. And there's been a lot of Florida teams that were terrible that we still managed to not beat. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to be happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And you mentioned the defense. The muff punt is the only reason they scored. They got the ball at the Kentucky 13-yard line, and the previous play against Auburn was, I think, Carter Bowley's interception got them in field goal range. So 2 plays away from 2 shutouts. So I mean,
and I'm gonna take it. Like when it comes to the SEC, and I know it's up and down, it's varied. It win 3 more in a row, and I think it's a conversation that you have to have.
And Bush Handem has caught a lot of grief as offensive coordinator. Mark Stoops has caught a lot of grief for his inability to keep offensive coordinators some his fault, some maybe not. Maybe Liam Cohen said he was going to stay and he didn't, and maybe he thought he had a guy for 2 years in a row. But anyway, we've seen the musical chairs, the offensive coordinator. People wonder if Stoops is squashing them and not letting them kind of sprout by just wanting to run the ball and all this and other. Maybe Florida had tapped out. They are a mess. They already fired their coach. We get that. But they were moving quickly. We saw tempo. We saw them racking up first downs after first down after first all night long. First down, Kentucky. First, my arm was sore. It's another first down.
Yeah.
Man, look at this offense. This is not the same offense we've been watching for 2 years. He was in his bag. I gotta give the man credit.
And that's the thing. If they're able to have those kind of offensive performances for the next 3 games to pair up with the defense, you can get bowl eligible, right? You get to 7-5, and like anything else, there's a couple of plays. Texas pops out, Ole Miss pops out, and it could have been potentially a non-win season. Not crazy talk. So what I'm saying is, and I have tweeted out, I think I've said on this show earlier in the year, I'm like, yeah, Stoops got to go. It's not, I don't want to watch what I've been watching, right? But because I'm a smart person, I'm able to look at new information and process that and come to different conclusions. And all I'm saying is what's going to happen, and again, this is all hypothetical because they might lose all 3 or whatever, right? Everything's on the table. But I think if you get to 7-5 and you've beaten Louisville and you've beaten Florida, you've won in Alabama for the 4th time ever, and we need to be let me repeat that again, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th time ever in the state of Alabama. And you take care of a very media darling Vandy team, you have to have that conversation. Because I think we touched on this before. There are LSU is open, right? Arkansas is open. Florida is open. Who else am I missing in the SEC? I'm missing
Auburn, LSU, Florida, Arkansas. Is that it for right now?
I thought there was somebody else that was open.
I keep thinking South Carolina might be at some point the way they are.
Yeah, Auburn and Florida, Arkansas and LSU. Yeah, that's it. So there's 4 open right now. So Kentucky would be the 5th best job in the SEC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then you start looking around the country. And with Penn State being open, Virginia Tech being open, North Carolina being open, and with other
North Carolina open?
Oh, they can't bring Bill Belichick back.
Oh well, yes.
They can't bring Bill back. But again, you start looking around the country, and it's like, okay, maybe Kentucky's the 12th or 13th best job. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you think there are 10 to 12 miracle workers out there? Because Summerall ain't coming. Like, we've missed the boat on that. I know he went here and coached here and all that kind of. He may not even have to leave the state of Louisiana. He may just have to need some local movers versus some out of state movers. So do you think there are 10 to 12 miracle workers out there? Right. I don't. I mean, again, I don't keep up with that kind of thing, but historically what we have seen is there isn't, right? There aren't a lot of these program changing coaches out there. It's just not, right? Like, you can look around the NFL. There's not enough of those high level guys for 30 teams, let alone what it would take to, for the FBS teams.
Yeah.
So you have to look, okay, on top of having to pay the buyout, you're kind of putting your program back at square one. Because without Stoops, does Boley stay? Do we have this mass exodus where you've got to try to put a team together, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's something you have to look at
Mm-hmm.
because there's going to be a lot of moving parts, and you got to make that decision quickly.
Yeah.
Which like what Memphis Spence is saying with that early signing period, you got to be able to rock and roll by mid-December. Like
Mm-hmm.
you've got to be able to do that. And again, if by Thanksgiving we're on a 3-game winning streak with all those other caveats, it's a tougher call to make. So you have to say, can Stoops get us back, or do we go in a
Man.
different direction?
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. It's not easy. Like
Yeah.
I get both sides of the argument that the last few years really have not been great.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if I'm being honest, have there been disappointments and losses? Yeah. But outside last year not going to a bowl game, it hasn't been that bad.
Yeah.
You know, we're 4 years removed from meeting Iowa in the Citrus Bowl, 3 years removed from meeting them in the Music City Bowl,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then missing the bowl, and we're right back. And I'm like, that's kind of what Kentucky is. Like, I don't think that's wild. That's not wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we think he can get the mojo back? I do. Because, again, now, that being said, you'd have to take some major strides forward next year. Because these games that could have gone either way need to go Kentucky's way.
Yeah.
That's the difference between high level teams and not so high. How many of those games do you win? And you got to win the majority of those games.
Yeah.
Texas gives you the game, you got to win. You got to take it.
Yeah. That's it.
Ole Miss gives you the game, you got to take it, right? So, but I think, hey, Kentucky wins out. Now to be comfortable that motivated Mark Stoops will be back next year. That's just the economics of all that.
Wins out 7-5 with a chance for 8 back in the bowl. Man, yeah, that would. I mean, you double your wins from last year. I mean, you go from 4 to 8, and
right.
Wow.
And that's the thing is what I always say. Do you think Kentucky's a 10-win program? I do not. Look, again, I know we can look at individual games on the micro level, be like, man, we should have had this one, should have had that one. But I'm like 6, 7, 8 wins. That's the lane that Kentucky's in.
Yeah.
And people, well, that's defeatist. And no. Like, everybody has to do what makes them feel comfortable. Alabama wants to win the championship every year, and they act like it. Right? Ohio State's getting to that point.
Yep.
But they're still like, you still got to beat Michigan, though. Right?
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, because there's some Ohio State fans like, yeah, you won that natty, but hey, it's been 2 or 3 years in a row with Michigan. All right, Ryan Day. Like, you know, that's why. How many fan bases know their coach's buyout off the top of their head? All but maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I mean so that's part of it. But you have to do what makes what makes folks feel good. And look, again, I have said it's probably time for Stoops to go. I've said that. Because early in the year it looked like it.
Yeah, it did.
Last year it looked like it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of watching undisciplined football. I'm tired of these games that, oh man, we could have won that one. Like, and that's what celebrates or separates the pretty good teams from the great ones. The great teams, the great programs. Look, you win those games you're supposed to win. You take care of business.
Yep.
And then you got to do something against those teams that maybe you shouldn't always beat. What was the whole deal about Franklin? You can't be 1 and whatever against the top 10. Like, that's not going to work.
Yeah, when you're supposed to be on that level.
Like, you can't be doing worse than Iowa with Penn State's facilities and all that kind of stuff with the money coming in, right? Like that's not a good return on investment. But if you're Kentucky, what's wrong with 7 or 8 wins a year?
We used to long for that.
Right. And I understand not being tied to the past. I'm not saying we need to accept 4 wins. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm like 7 or 8. Especially one of the 8 is Louisville, one of them's Florida. Like, maybe next year get to 8 wins, you throw in Tennessee and Louisville. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm to the point that beat Tennessee.
Oh, please.
I know you want that down there in around Knoxville. So it's not, and I'm quoting my man Beaumont. It's like, it's not the 7 or 8. It's like, who did you beat to get to the 7 or 8? And if you throw in Louisville, awesome. You throw it, and look, beating Vandy, I think is fantastic because they've become the poster child, and a lot of Kentucky fans got amnesia. Why couldn't this be us? It was us, brothers and sisters. We were ranked in the top 25 of the bowl rankings, whatever they were at that point. Like, it was us.
I'm sure it was.
We did get to 10 wins just 4 short years ago in 2021. We did. And with a 12-team playoff, a 9-win Kentucky team gets in the 12-team playoff.
Oh. Just getting respect, and you at the bigger kids table when it came to football. That was new experience for all of us, and it was fun.
Because it was Alabama, Georgia doing their thing. Kentucky's right there, right? At 9 wins. A 9-win SEC team is going to go places. Don't get it twisted. So, I can't believe. Is your memory that bad? I got that screenshot of that one year we were ranked above Ohio State. And I'm like, it was us.
I'm sure it was.
Like, it literally was. And it's the question we always ask of the basketball coaches. Can you get it back?
Right.
That's always the big thing is, all right, you did it. Can you do it again?
Yep. That's it. We got a guest waiting patiently backstage. This young lady plays for the Harlan County Black Bears. She is a combo guard. And if my math is right, she's a freshman. She's a class of 2029, Harlan County, playing for Coach Greer. We got Reagan Clem. She's been following us on Twitter, the show and all that, which is extremely nice of her to follow these 2 old dudes that she don't even know TB. But we'll bring her on now. Reagan Clem. Miss Reagan, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Can't complain. How was practice today?
It was good.
That's good. You excited for the season?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited.
That's good. So you are a freshman, right? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. So last year you were playing as an 8th grader on the varsity, right?
Yeah.
So how was that for you? Was it, as far as the competition and how the season go for you?
It's different. Them girls are way stronger and faster, and you just gotta develop a different type of game.
Yeah, that's it. So now that you know how it is, you feel more confident going into this year?
Yeah. I feel like I know the game better.
That's good. So I think I was right. You start following us. Was it after Coach Greer was on? Did you watch him on here?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
That's cool. So what's it like playing for Coach Greer?
I like him. He's a good guy.
That's good. And it was his first year last year as a head coach, right? That's good. And then y'all, knocked off Bell in the district?
Yeah.
So what was that game like for you?
It was crazy. It was a big game for us.
Yeah, because they had won it how many years in a row?
They've won it the past few.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I got a little screenshot of the tweet that you retweeted, and let's see, from 5 states. They were talking about you. They described you as a quality shooter, playing off a catch with plus range off the top and high wings, So you show touch in your mid-range and long pull-up jumpers. Additionally, you add the side step to defeat hard closeouts on the perimeter into your shot. Primary shooter, but has hesitation, change of speed, moves to attack when they run you off the line. Finish well in transition with direct line attacks off the wing. Also shows that you can finish drives with the spin move and the scores. Best college fit likely as a shooting guard or 3 guard because of ability to score off reversal or skip pass consistently. So what did you think when you saw 5 States Hoops write that up about you?
I thought it was, I was thankful that they wrote that for me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you think they kind of nailed your game? You think that's a pretty good description?
Yeah, I think it's pretty close.
So are you trying to add stuff to your game? Just trying to keep getting better at what you already do good?
Yeah, I go to the gym a lot and I just try to work on different things.
Yeah. Because like you said, those girls are stronger.
Yeah.
And their coaches know this about you too. They're gonna be trying to take this stuff away from you. Mm-hmm. So you work on some different stuff, then they won't be ready for the new stuff, will they?
No.
What's your favorite new stuff to work on?
I like to work on my ball handling a lot.
That's cool. It's important. It's important. Yeah. So they know you can shoot. So now if you pump fake or sidestep and now you can dribble to the hole, that makes you that much tougher.
Yeah, I've been trying to drive more this year.
There you go. Do you watch a lot of college or pro basketball?
Yeah, I like to watch a lot of games.
Do you? Is it men's and women's?
I mostly like to watch men's ball.
Okay. Who's your favorite players?
Well, for the NBA, Jason Tatum, and I like watching Trent Noah.
Okay, yeah, you got a little Trent. We had him on here before they went to the state tournament last year.
Oh, really?
So he came on here with us, and so it was right before they went and started playing in Rupp, his senior year. So that was cool. And they gave Lyon County all they wanted too.
Yeah, it was a good game.
And it was everybody was down there.
Yeah, I went to it.
I did too. It was so fun seeing the whole county down there. So who? Let me see. Who do y'all? Have you seen the schedule? Y'all know who y'all play first? Or
I think Knox Central.
Okay. Is it like as far as the big rivalry? Who's the biggest rival to you? As far as is it
Harlan City?
Absolutely. See, I'm so old. It wasn't a Harlan County High School. It was Cumberland. I went to Cumberland back before they combined. But see, we didn't like Harlan City either. They were still our big rival too. So ain't nothing changed. And look, I love Coach Cal. He's from up in Lynch, where I'm from, but it's still weird. And he started Lynch, finished at Cumberland. It's still weird seeing him coaching for Harlan, but he's a good dude though.
I used to train with him some.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy though. He sure is. So you seem like you have a big, fun personality. Is that how you always are?
Yeah.
Are you as far as the girls on the team? Are you the biggest personality? You the funniest one, or what?
I try to be the funniest.
Nothing wrong with that. Tell us some other players on the team that we should watch out for. There's some good players that we need to keep our eye on this season, Reagan.
We have Jaylee Cochran, J.C. Simpson, Taylor Napier, Kylie Runyons, Lacey Robinson, and Whitney No.
Okay, cool. So if they watch this, hopefully they'll appreciate you giving them a shout out too. That's good stuff. Now we know what a shooter you are. We just read. We saw what 5-star wrote about you. Oh, if it's a 3-point contest on the team after practice, who's winning it?
I ain't trying to be cocky, but I'm gonna go with me.
Ooh. So you gonna shoot the lights out every time. Where's your favorite spot to shoot on the court? You like the corners? You like the wings? You like the top of the key? Which one?
I like the top of the key.
Okay. That's all right. You like just a straight pass to you? You like the bounce pass, or how you?
Straight pass.
Okay. So if you're gonna win, who's gonna finish second and third if you're winning the 3-point contest?
Jaylee and JC.
Okay. They got a bunch of good shooters, sounds like.
Yeah, we're a good shooting team.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. So, which on offense do you like? Hitting a tough shot or making a good pass or offensive rebound? What's your favorite thing to do?
I like to make a good pass and hit a good shot.
Okay, there you go. And what about on defense? You like rather get a steal or block? What would you rather do?
Still, I don't get many blocks.
Might get somebody off guard every now and then. So you sneak up. You like to get those steals, huh? Good stuff. So, Keller, tell us one cool story about Coach Greer since it was y'all's first year together last year. Is it something funny or something cool that you remember?
Well, I just made a 3 against Bell County, and he hit me with the towel. When I went to run back, he slapped me with the towel.
So he was happy though, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Did it hurt? Did how you can pop people with a towel? Did he pop you with it or he just hit you with it?
He just popped me. I was excited.
That's all right. He's a good dude, though. He's a good dude. Yeah. And he's been coaching for a long time. He was, assistant coach for Coach Jones, and he's happy when he got a chance to be a head coach.
Yeah, we was lucky to get him.
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna try to come and see some games if I catch y'all at Bell County and come back home and see y'all at home too. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah.
So tell everybody where they can follow you at on Twitter and all that if they're or wherever you are on social media. If they don't know, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at ReaganClem_4.
Okay. So you're big on Instagram too?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Well, keep on working hard. Keep on having fun. And appreciate you taking the time to hop on here, Reagan. It's nice to meet you and talk to you. And we appreciate you following our little show on Twitter and stuff. That was awful nice of you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Wish you all the best this season and can't wait to come and see y'all in person.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Hope you have a good evening.
You too.
All right. That is Reagan Clem, y'all. Combo guard for the Black Bears. A shooter, a sniper. Gotta check her out. The whole team can shoot. Our guy, Coach Greer, second-year coach. Got a young team. Got a lot of talent. Knocked off Bell County in the district tournament. That was a big upset because Bell had won it for several years straight. And so for Coach Greer and the Black Bears, year one of them playing together to take some lumps throughout the season, as you'd expect. First-year coach, young team. She talked about the difference, as an 8th grader playing on the varsity level. So taking some lumps, but to get that nice upset win at the end of the season just to kind of validate all the things they were doing, a little confidence, a little shot in the arm, a little boost. Great stuff as well. So looking forward to seeing what the Black Bears do this upcoming season. So thanks again to Reagan Clem for hopping on with us. TP and I are going to be back in keep on talking more stuff. We're going to get into the cards. Go get into Kentucky Louisville last night. You already got into football. What a difference a couple of weeks make. I'm not going to say it's a full turnaround, but it's better than it's been in a while. I mean, there's no way it couldn't be. If you hadn't won on the road in the SEC in over a year, hadn't won at home against SEC opponents in over 2 years, now you get a road win in conference and a home win in conference. Well, things are going to be better than they have been in a while. So the 38-7 win over the Gators, that was fun to see. And let's be honest. Got the tickets to go to the game. My two boys are 16 and 13. And, you know, the whole way up, the way last year went and the way things are going this year, didn't expect to see a win over Florida. I knew they could play with Florida. They could possibly beat Florida because Florida has already parted ways with Billy Napier. If they did win, my thought was Kentucky finds a way to win this game. It'll be classic Mark Stoops. It'll be 13-10, 16-13, 10-7. You know, we just saw the win against Auburn last week, 10-3. That's classic Mark Stoops. Defensive struggle, close to the vest, nail biter, 4-quarter rock fight. That's exactly where it's going to be. So, you know, Kentucky goes up 3-0. Defense is still doing their thing. You forced to punt, and then Macklin, you know, hate to see that, you know, especially a veteran guy, muffs the punt, and you're like, oh man. So you gift them field position at the 13-yard line. They cash it in, and to be fair, Kentucky's 3 points came off of a Florida turnover too, because DJ Lagway was extremely generous with the rock. That man was throwing picks left and right all night long. So Kentucky gets a turnover, converts into a field goal. Florida turns it over. Florida turns it over. Kentucky cashes in with a field goal. And Kentucky then gets a why am I getting everything messed up? Florida converts Kentucky's turnover, the muff punt, into 7. So we get a field goal off turnovers. They get a touchdown off turnovers. And little did we know that's the only points they would get. And like I was saying with TB, the offense just moving up and down the field. And say what you want about Florida being, you know, in disarray. Yes, they have an interim coach. Maybe they have checked out. But we just saw them have Georgia on the ropes with this interim coach the week before. Now, that's their biggest rivalry game. They still want to get up for Georgia. And maybe it's a letdown coming to Lexington after losing to Georgia the way they lost to Georgia. But as TB said when he was on here, and he'll be back, they still got dudes over there. We know this. You have to really work hard not to have a recruiting class if you're coaching in Florida. You know, Dan Mullen really tried to not recruit while he was there. That's why they got rid of him. But say what you want about the state of mind, how ready they were to play or whatever, they still have dudes over there. You know, DJ Lagway was hyped coming into the season. Didn't have the season he was hoping to have, but they still got guys over there. But to see this offense just 5-yard run, 6-yard run, 8-yard run, you know, hit with the pass, mixing things up, tempo, getting to the line, snapping the ball quickly, just the efficient, organized, the way they were just operating. Oh, And look, we have seen what we've seen for the past couple of years. That's why I say, even if Florida was a mess, even if they are in disarray, our offense has struggled no matter who we play. We could be playing on air and struggle. They eked out 10 points the previous week against Auburn. Nobody saw them scoring 38. 38? So for them to be in their bag, Cutter Boley hitting passes, the first touchdown, right there in the corner, hit the pylon, get in. You just didn't expect it. So maybe if you did go into Florida thinking, hey, we can win this, you probably didn't go into it saying, yeah, we're going to blow them out. We're just going to run Florida off the field. And that's absolutely positively what happened. So that was refreshing. It was fun to see. It was fun to be there for it. The crowd was still doing well. The lower bowl was full. A lot of the upper was full. The corners, each of the corners were empty, but it was loud. The blue-white chants were loud. The crowd was into it, and they had reason to remain engaged because of the way the team was playing. The product on the field Saturday night was enjoyable to watch. So we'll see if they can win out. Now, our non-conference team, Tennessee Tech, happened to be elite for their level. We can't just have a 1-9 Northwest Idaho Central State coming in. That'd be a lot better, but we got to deal with an undefeated Tennessee Tech. So you better bring it and beat them, but we shall see. And, maybe 2-5 will be 5-5, and, we'll keep this thing going, TB.
Yeah, like I heard what you were saying. Had to step away for just a moment, but yeah, like you're saying, there's gonna be we got to have conversations, and I just think people need to understand that the world is a little bit more nuanced than this coach has got to go. Because you have to ask yourself, can somebody else do this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it becomes to what it comes down to is, can someone else, that was the thing with Coach Cal, right? Like, could he get it back?
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, again, after the Oakland game, I said it, probably tweeted out, like, he can't come back because the pressure is just going to be tremendous, because the regular season doesn't even matter hardly anymore, right?
Yeah.
The regular season, we've had big time regular season wins. We've done all that. We have to get to the second weekend in the tournament.
Yeah.
And so I think that was the pressure the team started feeling, and you have to say it's time to move on. Not even talking about the money part of it, which, that's funny. You saw LSU doesn't want to pay Brian Kelly, and he's like, run me my coins. Like, and I see people like, oh, if Stoops loved this program, pay me what you owe me. Like, what are you talking about? Like, if your job says, hey, Vinny, we're contractually obligated to give you this bonus, don't come to me when it's time to pay it and be like, nah, you ain't getting it. No. Run me my money. Well, he should do, what about his legacy? Look, I keep saying, everybody let Coach K fool them that this was how legends go. It's not how legends go. You can point to all these coaches, and it is so rare that a team goes out on top like that a coach gets his farewell tour. And even that ended losing the Final Four to your blood rival. Like, Stoops could walk away, get fired at the end of this year, and he still, with all top, got more coaching wins in football than anybody in Kentucky history. Like, and it's going to take some work for the next person to catch him.
That's true.
So, like, oh, I don't know if he's going to get a statue. Yeah, he is. The same way Coach Cal's name is going to be in the rafters. Yeah, Yeah, just because it ended poorly doesn't mean that you can rewrite history. You know, this whole thing that Russell Wilson isn't a Hall of Famer. Because of why? I mean, again, how many don't be fooled by the Jerome Bettises and all that kind of stuff. Like, we could have said, hey man, is Emmitt Smith a Hall of Famer? Because you see he only averaged 2 point something yards per carry in Arizona. What are you talking about? Like, if you're in the Hall of Fame, you're in the Hall of Fame. Right? Are we gonna say Jerry's not a Hall of Famer because he couldn't make the practice squad for the for Denver in whatever it was 04, 05, whatever it was? No. Like, what are you talking about? Well, Michael Jordan only played 45 games for the Wizards. Wait, what? Like, we do this thing where it's like legacy and nobody cares. It's like a fun afterthought. But to be honest, the people that watched Emmitt Smith, I know you did. Does the Arizona stuff come into any equation?
Oh no.
Like, you know, people that played before, like, not one person is like, you know, Willie Mays wasn't very good on the Mets. You know, Johnny Unitas wasn't very good on the chart. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
What does this legacy even mean? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
I went from hating Emmett because, you know, it was showing the clips of all the guys from Florida that played a key role in that streak, you know, during the game. And I couldn't stand Emmett, couldn't stand him. 1980, 88, 89, went from hating him to immediately happy when Dallas drafted him. Oh, cool. That's that dude that ran all over us last year. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Jason Witten outrunning all our DBs. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I am with Juwan Jennings, man. Like, man, I hate that guy. Like, now I'm third and Juwan, right? Like, and you know, being a college and pro sports fan, you gotta look the other way.
Compartmentalize. That's right.
Yeah, man. And so, if you are a Hall of Famer, you're going to the Hall of Fame. All I'm saying is, this whole thing about legacy, what does that even mean? Like, that's just something to debate on sports shows. It never comes up. I bet when you see some clips and you telling your boys like, hey, Emmitt Smith got it done. I remember this game. I remember this. I know my girls hate it when I'm talking about Jerry Rice. I think I told you, my youngest was in elementary school. They had these books. Who is this famous person? What is this famous thing? And she was reading a book. The book was, what is the Super Bowl? And she's reading it. We reading for a night. She's like, oh, Dad. I said, yeah. She said, Super Bowl 23. I said, yeah, Jerry Rice is the MVP, 11 catches, 250 yards, and a touchdown. At the time, it was the most receiving yards in Super Bowl history. And she looks at the book. How do you know that? I know that. Like, I just, whatever, you know. But I don't talk about, you know, the time where he dropped some passes when he was playing in Seattle. Like, how do you people think this works? Like, Vince Carter played for 20 years. I always say he had I don't think we've ever seen another super duper star, you know, somebody that reaches that peak and just keeps playing. Because I think it takes a special mental capacity to go from super duper star to 12th man. But just because he was the 12th man in Atlanta and in, was it Portland or Detroit? I can't even keep up with some of the places that he was.
San Antonio or something. Was he on there?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
But
maybe it was T-Mac that was in San Antonio.
Yeah, it was T-Mac. But I still remember that dunk contest. I still remember him jumping over that 7 foot tall dude. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you know, all this stuff about legacy, you know, and with coaches the same way. Right? Like, time and distance gives us a little bit. I ain't worried about that. You know, were there some tubby teams I wish they could have got over the hump? Yeah, but I still look back on his time fondly. You know, Joe B. Hall came beloved.
Yep.
So, yeah, Stoops will get his statue, however he wants to get honored.
Russell Wilson, 46,966 yards, 353 touchdowns, 114 interceptions. So better than a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, 64.6% completion percentage. Super Bowl champion. Should have been a 2-time Super Bowl champion, but that was beyond his control. He should have audibled or whatever and gave it to Marshawn, but whatever. No, yeah.
Well,
beat the fool out of Denver, beat the crap out of Denver that year in the Super Bowl.
I don't know what it is about Russell Wilson that everybody can talk slick about him, but at some point, and I don't advocate violence, but some of these dudes got to see me. Like, you got to stop saying stuff about me. You got to see me. The Richard Sherman, like what I don't know what it is. Whatever he did in Seattle, people just took exception to, and I've never heard anything that he did that was out of pocket. Like, every quarterback has that, straddles that line between management and employee. Like, that's not unusual. Every quarterback's got like special lockers and all that. Like, that's not weird to me. You got to give me something more than that, especially if he's won a Super Bowl. Yeah, like, they all carry themselves a little bit differently. That ain't doing nothing for me as far as Russell Wilson and everything like that. But did the Cowboys win this past weekend?
No, because they didn't play, so they didn't lose.
Okay.
So that was good. Just a tragic Marshawn Nealon passing. That was, man. I don't tweet just what. I tweeted that with D'Angelo, and then when I saw that with Marshall, what? With a question mark, exclamation points. That was what?
It shouldn't have to be said, but be nice, because you don't know what people are dealing with. And I think money becomes, Steve Harvey had this joke, one of his specials forever ago, I think before King's Comedy. He's talking about, everybody thinks that money fixes everything. He's like, get you something and see what happens. Get you a little bit, move it to a bigger house and see what happens. And so you think that money is going to protect you. It doesn't always, because look, and I'm not trying to speak on him specifically, but you don't know what people are dealing with, man. Like, I think as people, we need to realize life is hard. And having money, that takes care of a lot of things, but it doesn't stop everything. But life is hard. And once you understand life is hard and most of us are just doing the best we can do, we'll just be nicer. I saw someone tweet out about Stoops, Coach Stoops, like, he went through a divorce and there's other things in his life. And the human side of me can understand that and say he worked his whole professional career to get to this point, coach at Kentucky. It's not, at that point, it's not going like how he thought. And people are like, oh, he's got $9 million. Well, yeah, yes, you are absolutely right. He is making that. But I'm human to understand that divorce is hard, man. Even when you and the other person are like, hey, it ain't working. It is really, really hard. And so there's nothing wrong with having compassion for people going through things. That's my 2 cents. Because life is hard, no matter who you are.
So Jeff Kavanaugh, he does a lot of Cowboy stuff, and he basically said, "Look, man," he said, people looking at me would think, I'm going to the best time of my life. That'd be when I'm at my worst. And he said, he had a friend, posted everything, all these vacations he went on right before he passed away, kind of like Robin Williams. Looked like everything just great. Oh, he just posted a vacation and all the fun stuff we did. And then the next day, so he said, from their perspective, because they're not feeling well, they're not right, So from their perspective, that's how it is for them. He said so. He said out. Same thing with Marshawn. The same thing. You just don't know. You just don't know.
And part of it too is when you get where on the outside it looks perfect, you don't get any sympathy. Look, I didn't know we were going to go down this serious route, but it's our show. We can. But like, look, I look at myself. I've been very open with my own mental health. I've talked about at length. But the thing is, look, I was not born and raised in the projects. I was born to two parents. Everybody knows that Mama B and Papa B got accolades and stuff out the wazoo. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for me because I'm sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for me. Oh, poor baby, your parents did. Like, ain't nobody. And so when you get to that point, and like I said, we're all struggling. Sometimes it's very isolating.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Anyway, not to go down too deep of a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, you don't know, man. And if you got that voice in your head saying, "Look at all this stuff you got, you don't deserve it." That's a tough place to be, man. And again, I'm not speaking to anybody specific. Well, I'm speaking to myself for myself. But it's tough, man, because people understand. Oh, my dog died, my dad died. Oh, you're gonna be sad. Lost my job. You're gonna be sad. But like, just being sad to be sad, people ain't got time for that, for real. Especially if they look and you got a little bit of money and drive a nice car. Nobody gonna feel sad for you. Stop all that crying and get to moving. But we have to do better.
And I put us down this road talking about the Cowboys and they didn't play, but that's what did happen as a Cowboys fan is. And so it's Monday they do play the Raiders, and maybe we can beat them. We'll see. So they're in a bad way, just like the Cowboys. But we thought we was going to beat the Cardinals, and we saw what they came into Dallas and did. And they are not a good team. They were 2-5, I think, and just came in and did whatever they wanted. So our defense has problems, and now Dak and them was on fire, and they kind of sputtering a little bit, and so we got a lot of stuff we're trying to fix. You got the circus, you spin this plate and it's good. You got 2 more plates down here about to wobble, and then by the time you go fix them, the one that was good is needing to be spun again. Kind of where we are, first coach, and he brought in Eberflus. Michelle with her Bears comment. Matt Eberflus, who used to be your coach, Michelle. I want to give him back to you, Michelle, with the way he's coordinating our defense, because it's not that great right now. But congratulations to your Bears and your leftovers, Matt Eberflus. I hope he kind of does a little bit better. Now, he doesn't have a pass rusher. He got traded away. That's not his fault. And so maybe he is a little bit handcuffed. Can't really get to the quarterback, and then we're not really covering on the back end. That's a bad combination, TB. I think even on like peewee football level, if you can't get pressure and you can't cover, you're going to kind of get lit up on defense. So we'll see. We got Quillen Williams from the Jets, another defensive lineman that can maybe provide some pressure, and we'll see how that works, and we'll go from there. But yeah, maybe we can beat the Raiders. That's where I'm at right now.
Well, we got the Cardinals this week, so we'll see how that goes. But for every we lost to the Rams this past. We got pushed around on defense, but that's what's going to happen when you lose your 2 starting tackles and Fred Warner on defense. It's going to put pressure everywhere else. But one of the 49ers fans tweeted out, every win we've had, we've lost somebody to a catastrophic injury. So we didn't lose anybody this past week, but we didn't win. So it's one of those things.
I didn't know Fred went to BYU either. I did not know that.
Hey, I need a lot more information on Fred at BYU with them dreads and like, hey. I need a little bit more information on that. I need some information on
for
that.
For him to be at that campus with those policies,
I need some information.
Him with a big man on campus, and some rules.
I need some information. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But speaking of Dallas, Nico is out of Dallas.
He is.
Um,
Hooked y'all up before he left, but he's
well, yeah, and yeah, look, yes, but the way they make it sound, like, why didn't you fire him then? Why didn't you fire him when he said, "I'm gonna trade Luca"? Like,
Thank you.
Why did somebody not say, "Yeah, give me your key card"?
Ben Sutter, where you at? You down there in Dallas? Y'all Mavericks fans. Everybody that's on this network is Mavericks fans. Y'all got to be asking these questions. If we are outsiders, Lakers and Rockets fans are asking. Y'all got to be asking.
Well, right now, Lakers are the 4 seed, Rockets are the 5. I know it's early in the season, but the Lakers are doing much better than I kind of thought they would do. We got Luka balling, Austin Reeves balling, and the other white guy. And
what's the name? Le Prevrier.
whatever.
What
I
is
don't know
it?
that. I don't
Is
know.
it French?
I will learn it later
Perrier,
on.
La Proof.
Something like that. But DeAndre Ayton is playing well. Like, okay. And,
Y'all playing the Thunder tonight?
I believe
so. I'm watching that. I'm staying up and watching that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. And, Lakers haters, stay mad, man. Like, that's all I can say. Hey, I am excited for the new ownership group to take over. Because I've seen, is that prayer, Lord, I've seen what you've done for others and the Dodgers. Please bring that to the other team in LA. Yes, thank you.
Is Magic part of that?
I think Magic's still gonna. You got to have Magic around. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, what's Magic's job? Who knows? Magic just shows up and he's Magic. His job is Magic Johnson.
Yeah, I've won 28 championships in my life. Just all they do is just count the 5 as a player, the 1 at Michigan State, and whatever is the owner of this team. And that all he do is counting his collective rings in his life.
So give me a billionaire that's not scared of the aprons, and let's ball out, baby. Let's ball out.
Going backtracking, Michelle when Reagan was on. Oh, she's a cutie.
Yeah.
Love this chick. I'll be her Twitter model. So it was cool talking to her. And then her Bears comment that we already saw. Yep. So yeah. And look, you got that division. Packers, Lions, Bears. The Vikings are struggling, but you got 3 teams in there that's winning record. Y'all out there in the West, the Niners, Seahawks, and Rams, 3 of y'all, somebody's gonna be left out in the cold there.
Yeah.
Because the Eagles gotta go because none of us are doing nothing else. And then whoever's in the South.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah. So the West and the North is gonna have a lot of people left in the cold, unfortunately.
I'm just glad that the NFC West actually has teams in the West.
Y'all doing it wrong, man. You gotta have
because there was a stretch. It was San Francisco, the St. Louis Rams, the New Orleans Saints, and the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes.
It never made any sense to me, but whatever.
Falcons and Braves, both in the West.
Yeah. Yeah.
Braves, Dodgers, Giants.
Yeah.
Padres.
The Sox used to be in the West. The Cubs were in the East. They're the same city, so make it make sense.
Yeah,
makes sense
for sure. Got to talk about last night a little bit. I think we touched on it, but
well, a lot of things can be true, man. Like Brown. Hey, as I tweeted out and posted on my Facebook page, I've not seen a Brown hoop like that in Louisville till I was at Shawnee Park back in the 90s.
Ooh.
But he's the real deal. Is he John Wall? No. But is he good? Yeah. That kid is real good. And probably, for that once in a blue moon, Louisville had the best player on the court.
Yeah.
I've always talked about just about every time they play, when you're like, all right, here's all the players, pick your sides. it's sometimes 2 or 3 players deep before you get to the Louisville person.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the best kid on the court. It didn't help that Kentucky looked clueless for 6 minutes in the first half.
Yeah.
And 4 minutes in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of these. One, I think everybody can agree that playing that game on a Tuesday night on Veterans Day, like it can't happen again. Like this cannot happen again. It can't be played this early. So there's that. So look, all the credit to Louisville. They played well. Their fans wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
All I can say is, and I think I've probably said this before, is it a rivalry or is it not? Because I see a lot of Louisville comments like, they think about this all the time. They're obsessed with us. Like, is it a rivalry or is it not? Which is why I put out there, like, I think it was Fox News, Fox Sports, whatever, like Duke, Carolina, Kentucky, Louisville. And I said, Duke, Carolina is the best rivalry because they actually pretend it's a rivalry. I've never seen a Carolina fan be like, Duke is so obsessed with us.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a North Carolina fan or a Duke fan being like, we're living rent-free. Is it a rivalry or is it not? Every sports rivalry that I've been a part of is 24/7, 365. Am I supposed to believe that Auburn, Alabama only cares about the Iron Bowl the week of? Am I supposed to believe that Michigan, Ohio State only cares about the big game the week of? It's 24/7, 365. And it's okay. It's a sports rivalry.
Yep.
Like, so that whole Kentucky fans are obsessed. And somebody's like, oh, they're obsessed because they do L's down. Have y'all not, and I Googled this, have you not seen what other teams do when Texas plays?
Mm-hmm.
You can get a baby onesie that says OU horns down with a hand doing like this here. Texas Tech's got it too. Or Texas A&M has got it too. Like, I've seen pictures of University of Miami fans blowing out Florida doing the Gator chomp. I've seen Gator fans do the tomahawk chop in blowouts. Like, is it a rivalry? Is it not?
Yeah.
And if it's a rivalry, it's 24. Sports hate's okay. I don't do this. I don't think about. No, I want them to lose all the games. Well, if they're not playing us, I still want them to lose.
Yeah.
That's a sports rivalry. Because some of y'all aren't fans of teams in the NFC East or the National League Central.
Yes.
I want all those teams to lose. Like that. Like what are we doing here? Also, I do hate what I shared with you today. I've said it before. I'm gonna repeat myself. It's only news when Louisville wins. When Louisville wins in men's basketball, that's the only time it's, because I share with you, national writer John Fanta said, hey, Louisville won last night. They've taken over the rivalry. And words used to mean things. Like, okay, yes, they won. And I'm glad they won. Well, I'm not glad they won, but I'm just saying, like, they won. I tip my hat. You played well enough to win. Good job. But it's still 4 of the last 18 games. This is still their largest margin of victory in 20 years. And it still wasn't double digit. You got to go back 25, almost 30 years for a double digit Louisville win. And I get it. You win by 1, you win by 100, whatever. But I'm like, what are we doing? And what the tweet you shared me, what did he say last year? Way to go, Kentucky. 4 out of the last 17. Or 3 of the last, whatever, 14 of the last 17. Like, it's only news when Kentucky loses. Otherwise, the world just keeps on spinning. And just, I don't like that they get great on a curve like that. Now, about Kentucky specifically, As I put out on Twitter, I'm a Mark Pope fan. I want Kentucky to win all the games. But all I will say is the dude before him was never down 20 points to Louisville. And I'm not trying to be hot takey. I'm not trying to whatever, but that's not understanding the assignment to me.
Mm-hmm.
If you and what it felt like to me, and again, I'm all the way here in Iowa, it looked like last night, particularly in the first half, that Louisville treated this as a rivalry game. And Kentucky did not. And that to me is unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I glad that they came back? Yes. I, got to within 4, missed some 1-and-1s. I thought the shot by Jalen Lowe, I think when Kentucky was down 7, had a chance to not, like, the craziest thing was we could have been blown out by 20 and we could have won that game last night. That's the frustrating thing about it is to me, because Louisville was trying to give it away. If we got the lead down to 2, everybody would have been puckered up in the Yum Center. So, good for them. They won. Am I gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater? No, because it's November. Are there some concerning things? Yeah, we got to play defense.
Yeah. No, I mean, couldn't stop them. And I think I tweeted out this team was built to be better defensively, more athletic, tougher, because we got pushed around and we're a little on the weaker side, little thinly built last year. So we're supposed to be more physical, and they stressed all that to the limit. I mean, and give them credit. They kept running their stuff and we had no answer, and they were efficient and they were just carving us up and just picking us apart, man.
And look, I know we can't say anything bad or can't say anything good about previous coaches, but when we start thinking about the memorable Kentucky coaches, what do we think about with Rick Pitino? Right? Our version of 40 minutes of hell, we pressing, we up in you. Right? Tubby with that pack line defense, right? Like we are going to play this defense. It's going to be very difficult for you to score. And the one thing I don't think Cal gets enough credit for is those dudes play defense. When you look at especially the Final Four teams, those teams play defense. And so Pope got to get it together, man. Because now at 1-1, Kelsey has got the best winning percentage of any Louisville coach against Kentucky. And at 1-1, Pope is almost the worst. Billy G was 0-2, but
yeah.
So,
and we can say all this about it was early and it was ridiculous to play it before the football game, for it to be November the 11th and hadn't been this early since the Dream Game or whatever. November 26, 1983 was the only other time it was this early. But it was early for them too. I know they was on the home court and all that, but they played 2 games also. So, they was out there just as early as us, and look how they looked. Look how we looked. And at first I thought, okay, weather the storm. We've all seen this. You as a Lakers fan, whenever y'all are trying to eliminate somebody, or, it's, y'all playing Portland or Phoenix and y'all up 3-1 and they fighting for their life and they come out, throw the kitchen sink at you, and y'all like, okay, yeah, we gotta weather the storm.
Right.
We gotta shake off these couple of jabs. They hitting us with haymakers. Okay. We're gonna settle in now. This is the first quarter, 4 or 5 minutes left. First quarter, start of second quarter. Y'all settling in. They punching themselves out, and then orders restored. Y'all Lakers, to my chagrin, usually go ahead, handle business in the series, move on. I'm like, okay, that's all. I thought that's what we would do. Well, let's weather this storm and see. Okay, Louisville's rolling right now, but the storm just kept coming, and we just kept not having answers. And some of just little simple stuff, just a little around the top of the key, little screens, and this dude was wide open. The little dude from Virginia, the number 10, the white dude, you can't leave open. And he was missing some looks that he was wide open. I mean, you know what I mean? It wasn't because he was defended, but he was missing some.
And again, I want Kentucky to be better, to win all these games. The downside to having 10 guys is you have 10 guys. And I think I'm always leery of people that say such and such a team reminds them of the 96 Kentucky team. I don't care who says it. I'm always leery because they went 10 NBA players deep. Let's be very clear about that. Like the '96 team, Ron Mercer didn't start. Okay, let's be clear about that. And he was 8-9 year NBA vet. So let's be very clear about that. Coach Pope was in the league for a stretch. So let's be very clear. It wasn't just they can play 9 or 10 people. That team was good. And it doesn't do anybody any favors. Your man out in Tennessee, Wes Rucker, that one year, this Tennessee team reminds me of that. How, dude? How? Like, just because you can actually go 10 deep, that's not what assimilate. That shouldn't come into question.
Yeah.
Because if Oweh has not made that leap or cannot make that leap, that limits this team.
Yeah.
Because as we saw last night, and as you and I have been watching basketball for a combined 80 years, sometimes basketball comes down to go get a bucket guy. Michael Brown Jr. got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting for Oweh to all right, and he didn't. And so you end up with, it feels good. Oh, we can go 10 deep. But then you end up like the Atlanta Hawks of the early 2000s, winning 60 games. And when you get to the playoffs, you don't have a dude, and LeBron gets you out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like those Toronto teams. Oh, very, very good. We got a pretty good backcourt with the Rose and Big Butt, Kyle Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
But oftentimes you need a go get me a bucket, dude.
And offensive or defensive concerns too, because this team was built to be better defensively and tougher, more athletic, and they still kind of struggled offensively. Which, and like I said, I'm with you. I'm not panicking, not throwing the baby out the bathwater. Offensively, you come around the screen, you're getting downhill, you got that kick out to the guy on the wing, and we're kicking out to Mo Diabate. He is not a shooter. He is trying to work on it. He's trying to be better, but he's gonna be open over there for a reason. And they're not going to be in that big a hurry to close him out and get out there and rush him off the line. They're going to be cool with him if they don't, that's Diabate. We'll leave him out there. And there's a time they I think it was Low. Sometimes it was Aberdeen. You get down here and you pitching it over there to him. Now, we need to be a shooter over there to really stress the defense. And he's a lot of things. He's tough. He's physical. He ain't gonna back down. All this, that, and other. We saw the problems he gave us when he was at Alabama. But knockdown shooter is not gonna be high on his list of qualities that he brings to the table, and so
Yeah,
we can't be kicking out the Mo.
and again, I want Pope to succeed. I want number 9. But we're gonna get to that point here pretty soon where that's all well and good. You understand the assignment. That's great. But the Kentucky men's basketball is a results-oriented business. You can get it, but being down 20 points to Louisville ain't great.
Mm-mm.
So again, I think he's doing great. This look, I want him to succeed, but I hey, and I know the world is different and all this kind of stuff, but uh, we need some dudes, and I think we've got some. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing in the towel. I thought Aberdeen played very well last
He
night.
did, sure did.
Colin Chandler took some really big shots last night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the most interesting thing for me is the 5 spot because
Malachi.
I I don't want to talk about young men, but I will say it looks like it needs to be Malachi Moreno.
Yeah.
It looks like whenever JQ gets his feet under him, that needs to be the 2 bigs.
Yeah,
It
I mean
looks like. I know it's
we
early. I know it's early, but
we
that's what
we
it feels like because you can't be year 2 freelancing
we
that
touched
much.
on that over the summer, like hoping we would see a step taken and the vision and what are we looking at when we facilitating from that spot at the top of the key. And yeah, we
Yeah.
we we,
So
we touched on that on this show, and we bleed blue as anybody.
yeah,
We do. And
yeah. I
and
just
those that listen know this.
yeah, and again, I want all the success for Kentucky. I mean, like my qualifications are what they are. I I just for me, and people get upset, but my whole thing is I kept hearing at the end of the previous coach, the standard is the standard.
Mhm.
Okay. And I've said repeatedly, every coach that we honor, and that means no Billy G and no Eddie Sutton,
Mhm.
every coach that we honor went to a Final Four within 4 years.
Mhm.
And the only reason it took 4 is because with Patino was because of probation.
Yo.
But when the NCAA tournament starts in 1939 and Coach Rupp gets there in 1942, when Joe B takes over in 72 and gets to the Final Four in 75,
Yo.
when Patino comes in 89 and gets to the Final Four in 93,
Yo.
when Tubby takes over in 1998 and gets to the Final Four in 1998, when Coach Cal comes in 2009 and we get to the 2011 Final Four, and I get people, oh, it's different. Buddy, I just covered 50 years of college basketball. It has changed 6 times since then. I don't want to hear that
Mhm.
it's harder. I don't want to hear all that.
Yo.
The standard is the standard.
Mm.
You know,
Mhm.
I got a pop up on my Facebook. You know how Facebook listens to you, knows where you are, and it was Iowa State basketball, and it was their banners that they have hanging up in Hilton Coliseum, and they've got the one Sweet 16, and then they got banners for tournament appearances and things like that. Basically, everything they got a banner for, we don't put up in Rupp Arena.
You're right.
And all I'm saying is the standard is the standard, right? Like, I'm a Lakers fan. I have said there are players that played for the Lakers that were fan favorites, part of championship teams, that for any other franchise, they go up in the rafters.
Yeah.
Derek Fisher, Kobe's right hand man for 5 of them championships, right? Hit some big shots. He's not up there because he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Huh.
Michael Cooper, who was a huge piece of 4 championships, he didn't go up until he got in the Hall of Fame. Because that's what the standard is.
Mm-hmm.
So if the standard is the standard, if that's our expectation, then it has to be the expectation whether or not we like the coach.
Mm. Yep.
So I want that to become a moot point. Get to the Final Four this year. I'm just a crazy person on my show talking. But as we kind of talk out things with Stoops, let Louisville win next year in Rupp Arena. Let the Final Four drought continue. Now we're having conversations.
Yeah.
But I want it. Look. I still think they can be very, very good this year. I've not watched a lot of other basketball teams.
Yeah.
So that's part of the calculus is, okay, my team's pretty good, but what's everybody else doing? And so, but I think Louisville's got a good squad.
They do.
I like some of the pieces on our team. I don't think Lowe is 100%, but I've seen flashes from him. I think they'll figure it out. I think this team can be better. It's just unfortunate this game was so early. But that being said, this game still means something.
Yep.
The only good news is I don't have to run into those fans when I'm out and about.
That's true.
Like
That's
true. Back home, I gotta see people throwing up. I gotta see that because nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on.
That's right. Yeah, you get a little hiatus from the constant. Yeah.
Except my buddy, I think I told you about it, that works at the grocery store we go to. He's a Tennessee fan.
Oh, okay. Lord.
And so, yeah, I know, because, I'm usually in my Kentucky stuff. God, and I think one of the first couple times, he's like, hey. I said, hey, what's up? He's like, Kentucky sucks or whatever. He said, I was like, okay. He's like, go Vols. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. He's like, he was from somewhere in Tennessee. I'm like, man. So every time I go in, we have our conversation about the SEC. Now, he's not really that bad, but I'm just like, I'll come all this way to run to a Vols fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, ain't that lovely?
Well, before we put a bow on this, gotta send condolences to Oscar Combs, friend of the show. So he put out a couple of days ago that his wife passed away. 61 years together, had a daughter together. Of course, everybody knows the Cat's Paws. He started that for everybody. Everybody, the publication for the coverage of school, for University of Kentucky. And prior to that, because I went and, he had those podcasts he would do with our guy, Bo Robinson. Prior to starting the Cat's Paws, he was in my hometown, Cumberland, Kentucky. He owned the Tri-City News, the paper in Cumberland. And I had no idea until I listened to that podcast. He sold it, and took a lot of that, and that's what he used to start the Cat's Paws that everybody's come to know and love. So she had cancer and passed, unfortunately. So sad to hear that. But thoughts to Oscar, friend of the show, and condolences to him and his wife and daughter, him and his family and his daughter and everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the highlights of going to the games covering is when Oscar would hold court there in the media rooms telling stories and things like that. So definitely, condolences and we send our well wishes out to them and the family.
Absolutely. So I had to make sure we got those words in before we got off. Thanks to Reagan Clem for the humble guard, shooting guard, and point guard for the Black Bears, for hopping on here with us. It was fun to get to know her. Look forward to watching them this season. Everybody in the comments, Michelle, Coach Truck from Big Things, Kentucky. Appreciate you each and every week with all your insights, perspectives, Niners, Lakers, Cats, and much more. So,
I got to go next week. I'm be driving to Kentucky. I've got to pick Mama B up and bring her back.
Hey,
to spend about 10 days with us.
Oh, okay, good stuff.
Well, with all the flights and all that stuff being weird, I'm like, you know what? It's just gonna be easier for me to go get her, and then bring her here, and then then take her back. Because so I'm excited about that because I love my mama.
Yeah. So that's cool. You was definitely talking about having her come up your way. So I'm glad that she's gonna be up there. Hopefully, it won't be too cold while she's up there too. So.
Yeah, well, she got some cooking to do. I told her. She said, "I'll be on vacation." I said, "No, we're gonna go grocery shopping. You're gonna get some. I'm gonna need a little bit of that mama's love right there."
She'll talk some Memphis to that Tennessee friend at the grocery store too. So you better watch out. Shelby County coming to the grocery store.
Hey, everybody from Memphis got hands, man.
That's all I'm saying.
Everybody 901. Shelby County. You don't want these problems, man.
Come slick. Don't be talking sideways, Mama B up there, Mr. Grocery Man. Don't be. It's got something for you up there.
Hey, that's what
before she make that bacon you like.
Hey. That's the thing, man. And they got hands.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. So safe travels, man. Tell her we said hello.
Yeah.
And, we'll hop on over here. Appreciate everybody listening, watching. It'll be on Spotify and all the platforms where you listen later on. So rate, subscribe, follow, tell your friends, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. And we'll be back next Wednesday on Cats Talk Wednesday on the BS3 Network. See everybody next time.